Many people were saying, he paid off the doctors, he's colluded with Coach Greg, that we somehow banded together and that we're trying to make it look like these fake natties are actually real. Now, I've thought about that and I'm thinking, okay, let's say that that's possible. Why would Jeff do that? Why would Jeff try to defend Hussein Fermat? Are me and him bros now? Have I paid him millions of dollars? Is he going to be the next future owner of HDLT supplements? And so he's now covering for me. Because I say the same thing about Hussein Fermat that I did about Julian. And notice, Julian is sponsored by another company. And so how do I gain by helping Julian? By me saying Julian's natural likely helped him, perhaps got more followers. And so what exactly did Jeff get by helping me? I mean, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm hearing. And so all I'm seeing is Jeff lost all credibility. Jeff did this, Jeff did that. And so, hey, I'm steel manning. What did Jeff gain? And so Jeff gained Coach Greg as an ally. And so did you get what you want? Are you now satisfied? Yes, I knew it. Hussein, he wasn't natural after all. And so how do you now feel after it was all a hoax?
It was planned to be a video where me and Greg make fun of everyone that's saying that I'm not natural because it just doesn't make sense.
It was made up. Now, some of you are thinking, oh, you're just saying it was actually a hoax because the backlash and all the different videos and people saying he's a liar and etc. Okay, if you watch the original video, how many times we had to edit out Hussein laughing? He couldn't even remember his cycle. He couldn't remember how long it was. He had no idea. He didn't know about any of this. Now, does us saying this prove that he's a lifetime natural? Nope. There's no proof. There's no blood work dating back to when he first joined the gym. If Hussein had known that he was going to get millions of followers, I'm sure he would have said, hey, doctor, drug test me, blood work test me every 2 weeks so that when I make this amazing transformation, I'll have all the proof that I'm a lifetime natural. But he didn't expect it, and so he didn't get blood work back then. And so all he can do is post his blood work right now. And since I've met him, he's been randomly tested not once, not twice, but 3 freaking times, passed every single time.
Jeff Nippard was once the golden boy of the YouTube fitness content creation scene. Whenever a video was dropped, everyone had their notepads out as if it was a college classroom. A science-based lifter, a guy who built his brand on evidence over ego lifting, and some people trusted to cut through the myth of bodybuilding, but over time the image started to crumble down with recent incidents whereby Jeff was assaulted by Mike Van Wyck, a man who completely hated his complicated information in terms of fitness.
I just don't like you. I don't like what you stand for. I don't agree with anything you say, really. I think you're kind of like an arrogant little shit, and I don't like you. I get a call from the police. You're being charged with 2 counts of assault. What are you getting a CAT scan for? Did you land on your ass too hard? Now this kid's not only hired bodyguards, but he's hired bodyguards to take him to a gym I'm not allowed at. I can't speak on YouTube and I can't speak on Instagram without getting like several thousand reports on my account.
Do you regret doing it?
You became the victim to now spawn hate and revenge and like do all this shit. And it's like, were you really a victim then? Or were you just waiting for an opportunity to be the villain?
And the controversy that truly sets his reputation on fire is the bizarre defense of Hussein Fermat, a lifter that nearly the entire community is convinced is not natural in any shape or form.
Accusations, if you are vascular, people for some reason think it's related. It's mostly just genetic, honestly. It's mostly genetic and low body fat.
Someone like Hussein gets a lot of fake natty accusations online since he has a huge social media following. And yeah, he has a super impressive physique, even in real life, so I get it. But just like me and pretty much every other fitness influencer, he does understand the power of lighting, posing, and the illusion of bodybuilding. Most people don't realize just how much of a difference lighting can make in how enhanced you look, especially when you're lean like Hussein.
So overall, let's break down how did Jeff Nippard go from respected educator to one of the most criticized names in the fitness industry of 2025. So when Jeff Nippard started posting on YouTube, his approach was refreshing. Instead of the typical bro science and cookie cutter advice, he presented research and citations and clean editing. His mini doc style videos made complicated fitness topics easy to understand and digest. For years this content worked, and he became the go-to fitness nerd that everyone could trust with fitness advice.
What was the shift? Because you were doing YouTube content like the typical fitness YouTuber, where it's like daily vlogs, training vlogs, and then it changed into like this scientific approach and helping people.
So I think it started when I started doing interviews with like researchers and just like science-based coaches and that kind of thing. And like, so I basically, like, my podcast was kind of my main thing for a while.
Really?
I used to do interviews with just really smart people. And then, so I kind of had like two different avenues, if you will. I had like the vlogs, this was like my personal journey, and then I had the informative stuff in the podcast. And then I kind of just started to put them together, honestly. Yeah. And then it, I think, got the best of both worlds. Like, the people who were interested in the informative stuff were like, oh, now this is packaged in a way that I can understand it a little better, gives like, you know, puts a face to the voice, and that kind of thing. And then that just started doing extremely well.
The problem with building your whole brand on credibility, once people start believing you're unbiased, the whole empire crumbles quickly. So recently, I'm sure you guys know, Jeff Nippard put himself, you know, right in the middle of one of the most controversial debates in the fitness industry. Hussein Fermat's physique, Hussein with insane muscle mass density and shredded conditioning, became a hot topic, and almost everyone in the community agreed no way this guy is actually natural.
It doesn't surprise me one bit that Hussein isn't natural. You have to think about it like this, right? If you have the world at your fingertips, you can gain millions of followers, fame that will make you richer than you can possibly imagine. There are people that work their asses off for their entire life to not even receive 10% of what this guy has achieved. And all you have to do is convince the world that you're something that you're not. People have lied for less. People have done more for less. With the fact that his personality is believable, because of the fact that he's a nice guy, he can probably say anything that you'll believe. This is the best supplement to take. This is the best clothing brand. This is the best anything, blah, 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 blah. If he has just above average physique, because he doesn't have the best physique in the world. He doesn't have like pro level muscle. He doesn't have density. He doesn't have maturity. He doesn't have all those things, right? So you could believe when he says he's natural. But the fact that that physique has now been created with the use of SARMs and whatever else Greg Doucette posted in his caption. I'm pretty sure Jeff Nippard mentioned something as well about apologizing for him defending Hussein. You have one opportunity in the fitness industry. Some people have two. One person in particular is Joey Swole. Joey Swole was a creator 15 years ago, and he had an ordeal with Shreds, messed it up and tarnished his entire name, and then took a break and then came back with new content, and now he's the Joey Swole. What's next for Hussein? Because now everyone knows he's full of it, so no one's going to believe anything else he says in the future. So what's your opinion? If someone told you, Jeffrey, Adam, Sheila, all you have to do is convince the world you're natural when you're not, and you will become rich, you'll become famous, you'll become all the things, you'll drive your dream car, dream house, you'll meet people you never thought you could meet, you'll have the best life that this world can offer you. All you have to do is lie. Would you do it?
Jeff shocked the internet when he not only suggested Hussein might be Natty, but defended it publicly in a video.
In Jeff's video, as already established in my responding to Greg Doucette video, Hussein Fermat actually put on all of his size in about 18 months and has basically been the same ever since. By the way, I know that we say that this is Hussein Fermat's 3-year transformation, but he's pretty much been the same size for over a year now. So this is actually more like his 2-year transformation in terms of muscle mass added. Let me give you some examples. This is a picture of Hussein roughly a year ago, and this is a picture of Hussein at the start of this month. The guy looks like he didn't put on any muscle. And on top of that, this is a picture he also posted a year ago, and this is the exact same picture he posted 1 year later. If Mr. 1 in a million genetics made this many gains in 1.5 years, why is he still around the same size that he was a year ago, to the point he can literally just recycle pictures from a year ago on his feed now? Why hasn't Mr. 1 in a million genetics made any tangible gains in over a year and a half? As far as I know, people that are natural don't start plateauing gains wise until at least just 5 years into training. Again, sounds like someone who has hopped off cycle for over a year and has been maintaining it ever since. Kind of adds up with the exact point in time that he passed Greg's drug test 9 months ago too, doesn't it? So those 3 years are 18 months in reality. The transformation that Jeff says is unlikely within 3 years was actually done in almost half that time. I left a comment laying out this exact point, and as of now, it's the most liked comment on this video, sitting at about 23,000 likes. This simple oversight renders his entire argument obsolete.
So overall, why did Jeff Nippard's reputation hurt so badly? Number one is credibility loss. Jeff's whole career rests on trusted science. By defending something that most lifters and even experts see as impossible is completely ruining his credibility. So number two is community backlash. Fitness influencers, Natty or not channels, and even loyal fans turned on him. Comment sections filled with people saying Jeff had officially sold out for their bag. And number three is pattern of suspect choices. This wasn't the first time Jeff faced criticism. People have long pointed out his questionable supplement sponsorships, cherry-pick science, and even accusations of downplaying the role of steroids in bodybuilding. The forehead incident felt like a final straw for his fan base.
Right, I slept around 3 a.m. and woke up I think that day around noon or 1 p.m. around that time, and I had no idea about anything, right? The comment that Greg made, TNF dropping that video, Jeff dropping this post, all of this happened while I was sleeping, right? So I woke up, saw all of the comments on my videos, saw all of the hate. Greg called me like I don't know how many times, my brother was calling me. The video wasn't even out yet, and all of this hate was happening because of the comment that Greg made.
In the process, they screwed over Jeff Nippard.
Now here's the part that I feel like everybody is talking about and that I feel like is kind of f***ed in my opinion. Jeff made a post about me essentially saying that he regrets working with me, he regrets including me in the video, and that now he's also one of the doubters, one of the people that thinks that I'm a fake natty. And he posted this on his Instagram and on his YouTube, which means he posted this to 10+ million followers across his platforms. And the reason why I feel like this is a weird move from Jeff is because he knew that it was a joke. The video wasn't serious, it was sarcastic. Essentially, Jeff DM'd Greg and asked him, were you being sarcastic in this comment because everybody thinks that you were being serious? To which Greg replied, we're waiting for the video to come out on
Saturday. Me and Hussein posted a 20-minute video. It'll be very interesting to see how the world reacts to the video. And I don't want to say anything more about the video. I just wanted to put some testers and feelers out on what people are going to say. And hopefully everyone in the industry reacts to it, and then we can make more videos reacting to those videos reacting.
Greg told him everything about the video, you know, it's coming out on Saturday. And then Jeff said, so wait, did he actually cycle? If so, I'll need to publicly retract my statements because I've been putting a lot of my own reputation on the line for it. I'm absolutely with him, all right? If I did cycle, it makes like a lot of sense to retract your comments or make a post like he did, to call me a fake natty, to call me, you know, a liar, whatever. That part I absolutely get. And if that was the case, I have no beef with Jeff. Be my guest, do that post, I don't mind. If I did lie to you, you're in the right to make that post. That's the way I see it. But then this is what I really find weird. Greg told him,
so in the video, but don't tell anyone, in the video, we're gonna come out and say that he took a bunch of stuff. And then I'm gonna say, yeah, it's this polymorphism thing that allowed him to keep all his gains. I would say at the end of the video, 50% of people will be like, this is a joke. And then 50% will say, I knew it. Or they'll watch the first 2 minutes and not watch the full video. So you don't need to retract anything. Let me just leave it at that.
So in the video, he told him exactly what we're going to be doing. He told him it's a joke. He told him we're going to be trolling. Again, it's going to be a video where we make fun of the haters, where we do this, you know, sarcastic video. And after we say that it's a joke, that everything that they just saw is fake, Greg told him that if he could not tell anyone and not make a post yet, because it was only going to make sense then.
You don't need to retract it.
The bigger problem with the fitness influencers that Jeff Nippard's downfall also highlighted something deep in the fitness world. To many influencers, you know, they build an image of transparency, but the moment money, friendships, and ego gets involved, the honesty completely disappears. Top the situation even more, Hussein, you know, was offering $100,000 to whoever blood test him and finds out he wasn't natural. So don't you think if Hussein has the, you know, enough money, enough financial cash to blow on some blood work, don't you think he also has enough money to bribe Jeff Nippard to lie that he is 100% natural? So just think about it. So overall, Jeff Nippard didn't just make a bad call, he broke the trust that made him successful in the first place. To some fans, he always be the science-based lifter guy, but in many people's eyes, you know, his defense on Hussein Fermat cemented his fall from, you know, glorified to just criticize daily. So overall, once you lose credibility in the industry already filled with lies, you don't get it back, especially in the fitness industry, because the fitness industry is very completely toxic. You know, simple things like natty or not can be taken seriously personal. So overall, you guys let me know your thoughts. Is it done for Jeff Nippard? Is it cooked for trying to associate himself with people like Hussein Fermat, who apparently just I guess playing with our emotions, saying that it's natty there, saying that it's not natty, saying it's just joking? So overall, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Enough yapping. Peace.
Bye. Have a great time.